Let's throw a party in here. We can film it.
Very exclusive party.
Yes.
Only 2 people can show, maybe 3.
All right. Whenever you guys are ready, then.
Okay.
And did you hit the record on there already?
I did.
Yeah, it's already
Okay.
on.
Okay. Where should I look? Should I look here?
You can look to me. How about this? Let's do this.
But like if I'm introducing myself, I'm introducing myself to you. I'm like talking to the audience right now. For this first question.
Okay.
For this.
You can.
You-
I
you-
say
whatever
for
makes you
introduction,
comfortable.
you start
Yeah.
the camera, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
whatever makes you
say the
comfortable.
comment.
Camera. Okay. I'll just look at the screen. Hi, my name is Darian Hisawi and I'm a member. Fuck. Okay.
It's okay, start.
Hi, my name is Darian Hisawi and I'm a member of the UMB AI Marketing Club. And today we're doing our first what? Oh,
Thought
sorry.
leadership.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. One more time.
Don't take your time.
Take your-
Don't
take
worry.
your time.
We got
Don't worry,
it.
yeah,
Plenty
don't
of
worry.
time.
Okay.
here.
Plenty
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
worry
fine.
about it.
Hi, my name is Darian Hisawi, and I'm a member of the UMB AI Marketing Club. And today we're doing our first interview of our thought leadership series with marketing expert Scott Todaro.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us about your experience in marketing. Like what
Oh, it's so long. Do we have that much time? Let's see, it's about 32.
condensed version?
Oh, well, we have to shrink 32 years down into a condensed version. But I'm one of those weird marketing wonks that knew what they wanted to do from a very early age. I majored in marketing undergraduate and then spent 32 years doing it. 7 of those jobs that I had were marketing leadership positions as CMOs. And 5 of the companies that I was a CMO had successful exits, 1 IPO and 4 acquisitions. I've written a book in marketing called The Next CMO, which is for CMOs to improve their job and working with their teams and setting up more efficient planning and budgeting and ROI calculations. And I've also been working now with students at the University of Massachusetts here in Boston, and which is what I love to do.
So you said you knew from an early age. Like, is there a specific story? Like,
Yeah, I had a teacher in high school that taught an advertising class. He had worked in an advertising agency. He made it sound like it was so much fun. A lot of times they were drunk by noon, having martinis. I think we've all seen the show Mad Men. It was real. And so I thought that's what I wanted to do, is create pretty ads and have martinis at lunch. Little did I know that I would never work for an ad agency in my life. And I love the other parts of marketing even more. The strategy, the management, the creativity, the just vision that you have in marketing to really propel a company is really intoxicating. And that's why I found myself doing it for 32 years.
yeah. So everything worked out.
I hope so.
Misunderstanding. Oh. 32 years. So how do you think marketing has changed since you first entered the field?
Oh, it's changed so much. So when I first came out, there was no such thing as the World Wide Web. There was a new phenomenon in marketing that changed everything, because when I first came out, you did advertising on TV, you did it on radio, you did advertising in print, because there were a lot of magazines back then. People digested a lot of information that way. So we had all of these analog channels that we were using to communicate our message. We did a lot of direct mail pieces. You know, people, their mailboxes used to be absolutely filled. Well, the internet changed a lot of elements to that. It allowed us to open up new channels, social, email, content syndication, all of these different channels and ways to reach people, because they were on the internet, right? And that opened up not only a way to communicate with them, but also a way to track it. Like, one of the follies that we had in marketing is that we never really knew how well our marketing was working. We just knew that when we shut the marketing off, everything went to hell, right? There was no sales, people didn't know about us, so we kept doing marketing, really not knowing what the performance was. But now, we know the performance, right? We can track everything. Not only can we track how many people clicked or viewed things, but we can track them all the way through to a sale. We can track the ROI on things, and now we know exactly the impact from a business standpoint that marketing's generating.
You know. So are there any like trends that surprised you the most? Like,
Yeah, everything surprises me. Maybe I should be more on top of things. No, but actually being in technology and having started a MarTech company, hopefully I feel like I've set some of those trends. But what I will say is that trends can be fleeting, though. One of the things that I have always learned is that sometimes a trend actually creates new opportunities. Like every other year, some would say, email is dead, don't do email anymore. And when I found that those proclamations were made, that's exactly when I leaned into email, right? Because nobody else was emailing, and you cut through the clutter. Like right now, like offline, stupid channel that we thought was gonna die, direct mail, is actually performing some of the best numbers that I'm hearing out there now. Same thing with trade shows. Oh, trade shows are dead, they're too expensive. Well, people sit in their house all day. They would love to go travel and go to these different events, meet people, because let's face it, the secret to business is people, right? And so having those connections and those relationships, now we're seeing trade shows come back. So sometimes what's old is new, and the trends constantly change, and you have to look at what channels are performing, and you got to look what channels are getting saturated. And now we're looking at new channels in AI, right? And that's kind of the next frontier. How can marketers use AI to become more efficient, but potentially to reach an audience?
Yeah, we're gonna talk more about AI later.
Okay, great.
So some of these questions are things like our students are curious about. So something that a lot of people were wondering was that what's one decision in your career that you'd say changed everything for you?
Well, it's interesting. That's an interesting question for two reasons. One, it's the company that I chose that I went to go work for, and then the things I did at that company. So I had been working at companies that had marketing organizations, and I was learning the baseline of marketing in the various channels and pushing communications out. But I went to a startup. The company was called Invention Machine. I was the 9th employee there. I was 25 years old, and they allowed me to run marketing. Like, I had no business running marketing, but they liked me, and I was really ambitious and wanted to take on as much work as I possibly could. And so I just started adding more and more programs, and I did it primarily to learn. I think that was kind of the springboard that really opened my eyes to lots of areas of marketing. I think where I kind of crafted and honed my marketing the most was I worked at a company called Meridian, and they were a high-tech strategic marketing firm, and that kind of gelled everything that I had learned in college with all of the strategic elements of marketing. And now I became, polished planner, polished budgeter, somebody that could create vision, somebody that could take somebody's vision and put strategy and tactics behind it. And that's what will make you an incredibly effective marketer. So there are different touch points all throughout your career that shape you and make you, who you are. And I think writing the book probably was that final salvo for me that kind of knocked all the rough edges off of my marketing game. And now, you get to a point where you feel like, I got this. Of course, then the game changes and you don't got it. So then you got to start over again. Because it's always changing. That's the great thing about marketing. If you don't like change, don't go into marketing.
So, but there's a lot of change, but do you think there's anything that the 5 companies that you sold had in common?
Yeah, sure. I mean, they all had something that other people wanted, right? They were able to, because the product was there, we were able to grow. And I think hopefully all 5 companies that I was running marketing for, hopefully I added value to it. Usually the best companies are the ones that have the best marketing, right? And I'm not sitting there saying that I did it, but because there are a lot of people that contributed to that. If the product doesn't work in this day and age, though, no marketing is ever going to cover that up, right? Because the ratings, reviews, other things along those lines. But if you have a great product, then usually the marketing can be enormously successful. And so that can help propel and put you into leadership positions. Each company had a different approach. Some companies I pushed for thought leadership because we were out there blazing new trails. It was a new product, shaping a new industry. So it was really important for us to get that mindset right for the potential buyer. And then there are other products out there that there was already an established market. And we just had to become the product leader and show the features or the functions. And we had to make a federal case about the way that we did it. We did strategies like wedge issue strategies to try to push it. So each one of them has a different approach. And one of the things I will say is the 5 companies that, that did have successful exits, each time I did marketing there, I did it differently, right? It was no one set formula that are used to each one of those companies. You have to assess where the company is. This is why it's so important to do things like SWOTs to figure out what are the opportunities, weaknesses, and strengths, of the business, and then set your plan accordingly. But planning is critical.
You're making marketing sound very attractive to someone who might not be doing marketing.
Oh, well, either that or they're gonna run screaming down the hallway. Go ahead.
So what would you say was the best and worst part?
Yeah, I think the unquestionably the best part of marketing is that it's just so creative, right? There's just so much thought that goes into it. It's a fun job. The people that go into marketing usually can create a lot of energy. As a marketing leader, you get to manage all parts of the business. You touch all different parts of the business. You lead all different parts of the business. And then you have a very eclectic group of people that work for you. You've got designers, very creative. You've got marketing ops people, are very analytical. And the great thing is that cross-section of people gives you the ability to work on a range of different things with a range of different personalities. And that's really what drives me is the people, right? So, and marketing is that one department where you see a deviation from one mindset and one's kind of personality type. No offense to the other ones. They're all good too.
So there's no worst part?
Oh, I'll tell you what the worst part. That is easy. Okay, so one thing about marketing is that you create images, you create words, and you put them out into the marketplace. The problem is the people at your company also can see that. So like if you screw something up in accounting, the only person that sees it is your boss, right? You screw up something in marketing, everybody sees it, not only the whole market, but everybody at the company. And everybody at the company, like if we had a picture in front of us, the two of us could look at it and you'd be like, oh, that picture's beautiful. I was like, well, that's garbage. What is this, a bunch of squiggles? I don't get it, right? So there's always interpretation. There's always somebody at the company that thinks you're not doing a good job because they don't like the art. They don't like the words. They don't particularly understand why you did some of these things, and there's a lot of criticism from internal audiences, and that will drive you nuts. Everybody at the company feels like they can do marketing because they've watched an ad. And here's the thing, marketing is easy to do, but it is super hard to do well. Like it is the hardest thing to do well at a company, right? And the software developers at software companies will tell me that that's the hardest thing, and maybe they're right. But what I will say is that doing good strategic marketing that connects with your audience to inspire buyers to buy, the psychology that goes into it, super hard to do. So that's the hard thing, is the criticism, because you're getting criticized daily.
So
Got to have good, strong intestinal fortitude to do this job.
Are there any methods that you do to deal with
Yeah, a lot of screaming.
Oh.
Yeah, I do yell at people, tell them to shut up, they don't know anything. No, seriously, you have to just take it, right? You just take their opinion, because otherwise you'll come home every day and, just cry yourself to sleep. The reality is you develop thick skin, you develop an ability to take criticism, and you have to stay strong in your convictions. You explain why you did it, and then usually you can convince most people. You explain why you did it. Some people you can't convince them to do anything, right? I mean, they're set in their ways and they think they know better, even though they've never done a lick of marketing in their life. But it's like, hey, I saw the Geico commercial the other day. You can save 15% on your auto insurance. Why don't we do something like that? Because we're not in the auto business, guys. So anyways, that'll drive you nuts in marketing.
There we go, 32 years of experience.
Yeah, 32 years of misery. No, the profession is awesome. Trust me.
So we're gonna shift gears a little bit and talk about AI in marketing.
Okay.
So how do you think institutions should change their way of teaching students now that the use of AI for coursework
It should be every day. You should use AI in class every stinking day. In marketing classes, you should be using AI to create images. You should be using AI to create content. You should be using AI to test your decision making. It's like a helper, right? And I don't think that the designs are particularly fantastic that the AI is kicking out. There's still hallucinations with copy and other stuff. You have a person with 3 arms. Stuff still happens, but it's getting better, right? So you should use the tools right now, see if it can create some efficiencies for you, because it only takes seconds, right, to punch this stuff in. Now, where the students need to get help and they need to really refine their skills is prompting. because the one of the things that I've been practicing with is how do I get to the right prompts to get the exact thing that I need. And what I noticed is that as you do that, it's training the models a lot clearer to give you exactly what you want. And so, there's still going to be a process. AI still needs to improve, but it's improving at a geometric rate now. And so, we'll see where we are in 3 years. Right now, I think it's a support tool. So you should start using it as a support tool. You should start using it as part of the curriculum, because when you get out on the other side, using AI isn't cheating. It's a tool, right? For some reason, still in academia, there are people that think it's cheating. And look, if this is the way of the future, you still need to know what to put into the AI. The AI doesn't just generate things. You wake up in the morning like, hey, here's a great thought I came up with for you. No, you've got to interact with the AI and give the right prompts. The only way you can do that is by understanding business, understanding your buyer, understanding your market, your product. That's all the strategic stuff that you have to know, and then use the AI as the tool for helping speed up the delivery of the things that you need to push out into the marketplace.
Right, because the AI only does what you tell it to do.
That's right. As of right now, it is not thinking on its own, although agentic AI is coming, and we'll see how that improves over time, and we'll see what next AI is coming in another 3 to 4 years, because let's face it, they're pushing the boundaries on a daily basis now.
We could do another interview.
Yeah,
point.
I probably won't be alive then, but we'll see. We'll see. Getting pretty old. All right.
So in marketing, like, how do you think it would change the role of marketers in the next 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years. Okay. So here's the risk. I'm going to give you the benefit and then the risk on it. The benefit in the next 5 to 10 years is the AI is going to refine all the tactical stuff. Now, if you are a tactician and you like doing detail-oriented things, that may not be great for you. I think a lot of those things will be automated. If you're somebody that likes to think more big picture, that is more strategic, then these tools are going to be your friend. I think what you're going to see is the size of marketing teams shrink a little bit. You're going to still need somebody that's a decision maker in all the different areas of marketing: customer marketing, partner marketing, demand generation, product marketing, etc. All of those different disciplines are still going to have somebody that makes decisions. The AI will never make decisions for companies, right? Because if we believe that that's going to be the case, well, then the AI is going to create their own companies. You don't even need entrepreneurs, right? Entrepreneurs come up with the ideas. They're going to want to work with people. They're going to want to still have control over the decision making. The AI tools will start to help with the decision making process. Hopefully, will make better decisions. But here's the problem: it will never replace the people. So if you like strategy and you like management and you like to interact on higher level things, there's going to be plenty of jobs for you even in the next 5 to 10 years. If you like doing very detailed things like sending out emails and creating ads, that may be a little tougher. You're still going to have, there's still somebody's going to have to prompt it, but a manager who's thinking more strategically can use those tools to do what they want faster than communicating what they want to a team member to go and do it. So what's the point of having them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my lesson to the people that are graduating from college in the next couple of years is take the next 5 years and get into management as fast as you possibly can and enjoy your career making a lot of money. But don't languish around in activities that the AI potentially could take over. Okay?
So
That's my warning.
do you think there are any other areas other than management that AI can't replace in marketing?
Creative, like true creativity, because let's face it, people are bizarre, right? I mean, people come up with some wacky stuff. Like sometimes I've been sitting in meetings and we'll be doing an ideation session or a brainstorming session, and someone come up and like, what about this? And I'm like, wow, that is unbelievably stupid. And then I'm sitting there thinking about it some more, like, that's brilliant. It's like, I thought it was stupid because it's so far off of where we're at. But then after a while, you think about it and the disruptive nature of it. Computer's never going to be disruptive. It's going to take what it knows, which is everything that's on the internet, and it's going to squeeze that down into a logical answer for you. But in marketing, sometimes the answer isn't logical, right? Sometimes doing things that are completely differentiated is really the answer. And the companies that are the most differentiated, the companies that have products that are most differentiated, those are the ones that win because they stand out, right? So coming up with those really abstract thoughts, they're not going to come from a computer. They're going to come from some guy that's smoked a little too much, you know?
Do you think AI could come up with really bad beer?
Yes, I think, well, it'll probably make better beer than I have. So that's for sure. That's an inside joke, guys.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
I started a beer company in 1994, and the beer was terrible.
So what marketing jobs will demand strong AI knowledge the most?
Yeah, I think all management jobs will demand strong AI knowledge because you're going to need the tools to prompt. I think the more junior the resource, it'll be more tactical and it'll be more wash, rinse, repeat stuff. Like strong AI knowledge, probably not. But in order to get to the right answers, what I've noticed playing with the AI over the last couple of years is that you really got to get detailed on the prompts. The only way to do that is to really understand marketing, to really understand the business, really understand the buyer, and really understand your product or service. And that comes at a management level. Somebody that's got multiple years of being out there in the business world, working with people, working with customers, working with the engineering or R&D teams to develop the products. That only comes with experience and know-how. And the only way, and that prompting has got to have laser-focused expertise. Otherwise, it's just going to give you really garbage answers. And if you lean into garbage answers, you're going to make a lot of bad decisions. And guess what? You can blame the AI for the bad decisions all the time. Guess whose fault it is? It's yours, right? You input the stuff, right? So that's why you gotta make sure you know what you're doing.
So do you think there are places where marketers maybe overestimated AI?
Well, yeah, right now it doesn't work 100%. I would say that anything that even when you do prompt exceptionally well, it only gets you to 60% of where you want to go. Like the other thing that the other day I said, I wanted to create an advertising using Taylor Swift. Well, I can't use Taylor Swift because Taylor Swift is a violation of her intellectual property or her likeness, right? You can't use her. It's like, well, how do I get Taylor Swift to endorse my brand? Well, someone calls Taylor Swift's agent still, and then we shoot something with Taylor Swift, or then we get permission to use AI to create Taylor Swift. But these are the types of celebrity endorsements and things that all types of companies are using today. I can't use AI to develop any of that stuff because it's a violation of it's a legal issue, right? So, these are the types of things that it's just not going to impact ever because if we are trained to recognize celebrity has been shown to be able to influence people. We have titles out there, influencers, right? And so, AI is not going to allow you to rip off their intellectual property. So,
yeah, I was just thinking, you're talking about prompting a lot, in AI. How does one practice that? How do you learn about what prompts work and what prompts don't work when you're using AI?
Yeah. So for me, I'm cheating because I have 32 years of marketing experience, right? So I know what I want. For a student, though, this is where you learn, right? So when your classes, don't be like, oh, I'm not going to do any of this. I'll just get the AI to do it. But like I said, garbage in, garbage out. You don't know what you're asking, you're going to get the wrong answer, right? One of the things that I'm thinking about even in my classes now is I'm having everybody use AI because I want them to get more familiar with it. But I'm also actually starting to think about how good is the AI? If the AI is bad, you're bad, right? So, it could come a point where I think as professors start to incorporate AI more into their classes, it's going to be on the quality of the AI, right? So it's, that's where the prompting needs to come in. But this is why I tell, students read books, understand the fundamentals of marketing, understand how the strategic nature of marketing works from top down. If you're always thinking top down, starting out, what am I trying to accomplish? Who's the target audience? What do I want to say to them? Then usually what the output of the AI will give you something usable.
So is there in like a sense, it's like, what advice do you have for students and for using AI in your marketing classes?
Yeah, what I usually like to do is first have them get an AI account,
Mm-hmm.
which most of them already have because they're cheating on their homework. Not you though.
Right.
So, yeah, but a lot of them are using it already. Pick the tool of choice. I mean, people are choosing all different ones: Grok, Gemini, ChatGPT. They all have slightly different spins on them, and so you got to find the one that you think is going to work best for you for the class. I highly recommend at this point in time ChatGPT because it seems to be evolved, and most of your assignments are going to be writing related or image creation. You may want one that's better at doing video. We got Sora 2 that's coming out very soon. You may want to invest in that. I'm still trying to figure out whether ChatGPT, if you sign up for that account, it's going to give you access to Sora 2. They haven't really worked that stuff out, but that would be the tool that I would use, and I would just start practicing prompting. Like, even do fun things like for your friends, like, I want to create let's see, Halloween's tomorrow, Halloween video, right? So I start prompting using the AI. I want the video to have this, that, and the other thing, and maybe I throw my professor in a werewolf costume or something in it. Not that happened to me the other day. But you throw stuff and you have fun with it, right? And the more creativity you put into it, that's the type of thought that you need in marketing. You need to be creative, right? You got to think about your scenario. You got to be creative. And so you be creative and then see how well the AI can be creative along with you. Is it being more creative than you or less creative than you? If it's less creative than you, then you got the gift. If it's more creative than you, good. Then it's expanding your expertise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we used you to make an AI video, remember?
Yes.
You didn't like it though.
No. As you can see, a lot of my students are using AI to have fun at my expense.
Of course. So we were gonna talk about now. Some of your students have questions about pursuing a career in marketing now.
Yeah.
So what jobs should new marketers look for, and how do they attain them?
Yeah, I mean, look, all of the jobs out there that were valid yesterday are still valid today. If you want to be an events person because you like to travel, go into marketing events, right? That is never going to change because it's people and booths and people talking to people. And people want to do it more now, right? Because more people working from home, they want to have those connections, as I mentioned before. But there are all kinds of other jobs. We're still going to use email as a channel, right? We're still going to use social media as a channel. We're still going to have to do product marketing because we're developing products and we need to be able to market them. We need to have the right messages. That's still going to be available. Marketing operations is going to become more and more important now as AI is coming up, because what's happening now on the B2B side, a lot of these tools that companies adopt and use on the marketing side is they're taking ChatGPT and they're incorporating them into these tools. They're being incorporated into marketing automation tools, CRM tools, account-based marketing tools. All of these tools are starting to leverage the AI to make their products even more and more efficient. So the jobs aren't going away. The question is, how much work can you do now using these tools with AI cores or AI supplements on it to speed the execution of those tools? And so in the short term, all those areas of marketing need to be covered, right? I mean, customer marketing, you're going to have customers. Yeah, you got to still do that. Product marketing, you're going to have products and services. Absolutely, you still need to do that. Demand generation, I still got to communicate out to the audiences, so that's not going away. They never will. But what will happen is it will be the efficiency that they use, and then potentially some of the tactical jobs. Those are the ones that may be in jeopardy.
So how do you think, like these fresh graduates that are entering the marketing field, how do you think they can continue to grow as marketers as they enter the workforce?
Yeah, don't be lazy, right? I mean, that's my word of the day. Don't be late. Well, that's my phrase, I should say, of the day. Don't be lazy, right? Keep growing. You guys got to keep pushing yourself. You got to keep reading. Use AI to teach you about AI, right? I mean, because AI can tell you about AI all day. So, prompt to get more education on it. Read about it. Make sure that you're out there looking at what the trends are. Like, people that stay on top of the trends are the people that will succeed, right? People that bury their head in the sand and say, this is the way I've always done it, that don't like change, this isn't the profession for you. You've got to constantly be thirsting for knowledge. You got to figure out how to apply that knowledge. The great thing about marketing is there's a platform for testing and failing, right? A lot of my marketing hasn't worked. I mean, I haven't been successful. I mean, there's an old adage out there that I know that 50% of my marketing is going to work. I just don't know which half, right? So you're constantly testing and experimenting based on your audiences. And so, that's what you should be doing. You should be testing. You should be learning, testing, experimenting, getting expertise in certain areas. Things that work, do them again. Things that don't, kill them or change them. Sometimes you can change things that don't work and get value out of it.
So, like, what kind of skills or experience should new grads have to have a higher chance of working in a marketing role? Or
Understand marketing from a top line, right? Start with, what are we trying to accomplish as a company? What do we need to do from a product and service standpoint? Who do we need to communicate to? Really understand that buyer. See, this is the one thing that I still don't know whether AI is going to be able to do. People are unique, right? And the whole psychology behind marketing, and you'll see a lot of marketing majors have to take psychology classes. And the reason being is that if you don't really understand human behavior, you really can't market all that effectively, right? Because they're out in the market and your job is to make a connection between your product or service and the buyer. That's when marketing works. It's that simple, right? And I'm not sure whether the AI will really be able to understand human beings at that intimate level that a human being can understand, right? Feelings, emotions, that's what drives marketing, making a connection with people from a feelings and emotion standpoint. That's what's going to work most effectively. That's where you lean in, okay? But think about the job strategically, starting from the top down. That way, when you use the AI, right, you can actually guide it to get you the final answer. If you don't understand it from the top down, even though you may be starting in tactical positions, I encourage every single student that every time somebody at the top asks you to do something, the first thing you want to ask is, why am I doing this and what is the goal? And if you ask that every single time, well, first of all, if your boss can't answer that question, that's a bigger problem. But if they can, then you're always understanding, why am I doing this? What is the strategic component of this? What are the strategies I need to apply to do this? Because that's what will drive your prompting to get to the right answer. Is that it?
No.
Oh, you got more. Okay, great. Let's keep going.
We're moving on to the closing questions.
The closing
now.
questions.
So, how would you define success in marketing in general?
Yeah, it's really this simple. Did you accomplish the goals that you set for yourself? There are companies that I've worked with out there that there are no marketing goals. I don't understand how they operate this way. Please don't be a marketer out there that goes out there without goals. The most important thing that you can do is figure out what the company goals are, and if you're a marketing leader, you should be sitting at the table determining what those goals are for the company. Then you align those marketing goals to the company goals, and then you assign some level of metric of achievement to those goals, and then you track it. You build a plan to achieve those goals, and you track the metrics. Whether it's creating awareness, whether it's shaping perception or driving sales, have metrics all the way through that life cycle to figure out whether you've actually accomplished not only the marketing goals, but also the company goals, right? And so you gotta look at some sort of numeric way of laying things out, or some other way that you feel like you can measure it effectively. Like, we've got more 5-star ratings than anybody on the planet, so people love our product the most. But you got to figure out what that is, and you got to drive towards it. And if you don't accomplish it, you got to tweak your marketing to make sure you do. Because if you didn't accomplish the goals, that means it's going to hurt the company. When marketing is done right, companies usually persevere. When marketing is done wrong, the company is really rowing uphill. And this is why you've got to keep testing and perfecting, and you'll never meet that level of perfection. But if you can get like 80% there, you'll be in great shape, trust me.
Okay, finishing us off. If you were starting your career in marketing today in 2025, what would you do differently?
I would have drank more martinis at lunch. If I started my career off, I would, so it's interesting. That's an interesting question because my career went pretty well, right? So I look back at my arc for me personally, and I think it went okay. But what would I have done differently? I think when I came out in a recession, and so it messed up my career. I wanted to go into an ad agency. They were not hiring at that point in time in a recession. Ad agencies always get killed. So if I actually didn't have the recession, I would have gone into an ad agency, and I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. So sometimes it's a lot of dumb luck where you end up. But what I'll say is this: what I probably would have done is spend more time reading more and more books, like not textbooks, but books that were shaping how marketing was evolving in the marketplace. I think probably in 1995, as the internet was really kind of kicking into gear, I would have leaned into digital marketing a little bit faster. And I think that probably would have helped propel my career a little bit more in the 90s. I know, I'm that old. But honestly, you gotta just keep pushing yourself. You gotta take risks. And I took a lot of risks, and I don't regret it. And so my advice to everybody is to do the same thing. Don't be afraid to fail. It's the people that go out there and push the boundaries on this, they're the ones that end up winning in the end. So I probably wouldn't change a whole heck of a lot because I feel like it's worked out okay. But I will say that there was a lot of pinballing that was going on in my career, and probably there were some decisions that I would like to have back. I mean, there's a whole box of regret, right? That I think about, every day as I'm driving in the car. It all comes back to me, but I don't think that I would have traded a lot of things other than really telling myself, lean more into strategic elements, really keep learning as much as you possibly can in your early 20s. The most important thing you can do is set your foundation in your career. Like the one thing that I got so lucky in running marketing at 25 years old, they gave me the keys to the kingdom, had no business doing it, right? And that was a risk. I took that job and it was like, can I do it? And I don't think I can do it, but I'm gonna try anyways, right? And it worked out, right? And that propelled my career. If you see an opportunity, you gotta take it. You have to take that opportunity, even if you don't feel you can do it. Lean into it, and because the foundation you build in your 20s will set up the rest of your career. And if you don't build that strong foundation in your 20s, your 30s and 40s will be difficult. But if you get it done in your 20s, I'm telling you, the rest of your life will be a lot easier in the profession.
Some really good insight. I think we all learned a lot here today with talking to you. Thank you for sitting down and talking to me about this.
Oh, of course, anytime. I'm always happy to help. Thank you.
So.
Do you want to plug his this book and website?
Yeah. Oh, do you wanna?
No.
Anything more? No.
You want me to plug something?
No,
Your
do you want
book.
to plug his
Your
Oh, is
book,
it-
your
what is it?
podcast. This is your chance to advertise yourself. Let's see it.
All right. So, yeah. So, for plugging for me, if you'd like to download the book on Amazon or buy the book on Amazon, the book is called The Next CMO, second edition. It's a guide to operational marketing excellence, a term that we helped coin. And so, for those of you that are CMOs that want to do the job a little bit better a second time, it's a great book for you. For those of you that have not been a CMO and would like to be, it's a great reference guide for doing the job better. So hopefully you guys all enjoy the book. Love to get feedback on it. Maybe I'll write another one or maybe not. So.
It's a great book.
Oh,
Everyone should read it.
thank you. That's really nice. I think you've read one chapter so far.
Okay, how should we finish this off? Thanks for watching,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
for watching. No.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, just to say the next episode, we'll have, on our next episode, we'll be
What are
exploring.
we talking about the next episode?
Yeah, plug
We'll
the next.
be interviewing the dean. Did you
Okay.
say that?
So on the next episode, we're gonna be interviewing the dean of UMB. So make sure to tune in for that.
Definitely.
And that's all we have for you today. So thanks for watching.
Thank you.
All right.
It's a wrap.
Yay!